Hi, today Know Thy Future brings you another palm reading video. Before starting this video, I'd like to say that if you like this video, please share it with your family and friends and ask them to avail our services. They can visit our Fiverr page and get a reading just like this. Alright, so first thing I noticed on your palm was that your heart line is very straight. So when you have a straight heart line, that makes you materialistic, but it also gives you luck in money. So many palmists, like they say that hardline only shows emotions, but it also shows luck in money because it is ending under this area. This is called Mount of Saturn, the area under middle finger. So when it ends here, that means that the person is blessed with making money. Even though they don't start with much, they will end with much because this gives luck and money. And I also see that there are no branches in the on the hard line. So that means that you are not distracted by anything, especially your emotions. You keep your emotions in check. So that leads to good finance. By materialistic, I don't mean selfish. Many people confuse materialism and selfishness, but I mean that you think about money first and you focus on career, and that's not a bad thing. So never confuse materialism with selfishness. All right. So next we will see the other signs on your palm. Alright, so overall, your this kind of palm shape also gives the person a bit of anger, like because if you see your this mount is lower Mars and this mount is upper Mars. So see, they're very well developed. So if this mount gives aggression, so whenever you pursue something, you become a workaholic. You put all your energy on that, and you start obsessing on that thing. So it's a good thing because in a way it's a good thing because when you want to do a task, you focus on it fully. So you're not distracted. But again, it could be that you think about that task so much that you lose focus on other things. So I will say that this is like a mixed bag. Like it's good because it gives you inner aggressiveness, and maybe you're also like you have control on your emotions because your heart line is very straight, which I showed you before. Heart line is very straight, but if it's curving, like it's not curving for you, but if it's curving, then person is very expressive. So it's good that your heart line is straight, but again, there are some anger issues, and maybe you didn't get along with one parent, or maybe one of your parents was very angry in nature. So again, this is bad and good because it gives you the push, it gives you the energy that you need to work. But again, you could come off as very aggressive and very, what do you say, in a way robotic to others, that you I want to pursue this and you want, and you're very firm in your decision. Like if you make this decision or you have an opinion, then you won't change it for anyone. So again, it's good, but it's also bad because sometimes you have to be open to other people's opinion. So this is what it gives. If this mount is developed like yours is developed, it gives a bit of aggressiveness, a bit of anger, but it can be channeled well if you use it to like push your career options. But if you use it to, what do you say, just like blow off steam, so then it's bad luck. But again, your heart line is straight, so that means that you keep your emotions in check, and that's good. And with this upper Mars development, that means that you are very, very strong in your opinion. Like you won't change your opinion for anyone, and that's very good because successful people are stubborn. So this gives you the necessary, what do you say, stubbornness to succeed. And it's a good sign but bad sign. But again, it can be a bad sign because it gives a person very aggressiveness. So sometimes you have to listen to other people's opinion. Alright, so next we will see the other lines. Alright, so if I zoom in, alright, so first we see that this is the headline and lifeline are joined together. Alright, that is your lifeline, that is your headline. Alright, so they're joined together at the beginning. So this means that you were very introverted in your early age. You were also shy. As you can see, another aspect of shyness is shown by hair. This finger is low set. Usually fingers are, not usually, but sometimes fingers are evenly set like this. But your fingers, one finger is low set than other fingers. If you see, this is downwards, but these are upwards. So that means that in the early age you were very shy and very introverted. You didn't have a lot of friends, but over time, like you then became more social, but not too much social, but a little more. And also when these lines are joined, that means that there was a lot of indecisiveness. You maybe even now you don't know what to do, but I think from the age of 25, because this ends at 25, you became more independent in your views. But at before 25, especially young age, you were like guided by parents or guided by a guardian, or some or people help you in making your decision. You didn't form your own decision at that time. But now at your age, you're going to be more independent, especially after 25. You will be thinking yourself, and you will be, what you say, not listening to others' advice, but following your own head. So that's good. But at early age, you were a bit restricted. There was some lack of freedom, and maybe one of your parents was very strict. Okay, so next we will see more aspects. Okay, so we see that there are also islands at the start. So whenever these circular things come, they show islands. So this could mean that there were some money problems in your childhood. There were also some health problems you faced. So these two problems you had, but then in your mid 20s, from 25 onwards, these problems started to finish. Because also it's very interesting that even right after these problems, there's this very amazing line. So whenever I see this line, this is one of the luckiest lines to have, because it shows, it's called a progress line. Whenever a person has this line, that means that they want to make their lives better. Every choice they make, they want to improve their standard of living. So this is very lucky. Like even if the whole hand is bad and this line is there, that means that there will be exceptional luck. So this is very good. This shows and it's going towards there. So Mountain Jupiter is about management. So meaning that if you go to you get a job where you have to manage people, then you will be in luck, because it goes towards Jupiter. So at that time, it shows that from 25 onwards, you became very ambitious. At that time, all you wanted to do was move forward in your career. And with this line, you will move forward. This means that every year will be an improvement from the last year, financially, socially, and career-wise. So this is a very good line to have. Even if the whole end is bad, this is a very good line to have. So, but before that, there are islands. So there was a lot of confusion in your early life. Okay, so I see that your headline is straight, but then it's sloping, and then it's becoming two-pronged fork. All right, so this is a good headline, but again, it gives a bit of, what do you say, because it's going towards Mountain Moon. So Mountain Moon gives a person imagination. But what happens is, suppose that if your headline goes straightforwardly ending here, but that's not the case. Your headline is going and then ending in a very strong fork. So with this fork, what happens is that person is very good at seeing two sides of an argument. Like if two people are arguing, that person can come and finish the argument. It also gives success in fields such as becoming a lawyer or communicative fields. And lawyers, communicators, teachers, they have the sign because it helps in communication. It also shows multi-talentedness, meaning that you could be talented in two fields, you could earn from two fields. But I suggest that you earn from one field and try to focus on one field, because this line, there's one single line. So when there's one single line here, a person who focuses on one field earns more than focusing on two fields. So try to, even if you have a hobby, don't try to pursue it very like a job. Try to do one field and you will get success. All right. So then we see that your lifeline is very interesting because it's branching outwards. Usually lifeline is like this. It goes and it comes back. But your lifeline is very unique because it goes and it's pointing towards here. So whenever something is pointing towards this lower part of the hand, that means travel when the lifeline is going there. So this means that you will go, like each year you will go farther and farther from your country. You won't return to your home country, and this means that you will most likely settle abroad. And so if you're like thinking of going abroad, if your mind is set on staying abroad, getting dual nationality, anything, I would say go for it, because there is a lot of luck in foreign countries. Because some people, they have it the lifeline going backwards like this, so that means they will go back to their own country. But when it is branching so much outwards, that means they will have luck, financial luck outside. They will have good luck with interacting with people from other cultures. So I would say if you're really trying to get a dual nationality or settle abroad, then there's very much luck in that. So you can try to go abroad. Okay, so we will also see your fate line. Alright, okay, so people, like most promise say fate line shows money, but it's not the case. It can show a lot of things. So I will just put my perspective on it. Okay, so here's your fate line. At the start, it was very wavy. If you see, at the start, it is very wavy. So that means unstable childhood. Maybe some parents had financial problems, or maybe one parent was sick, lost a parent. It could mean anything to do with parents, because at the start, we cannot control our fate. But if you see, there is a change here. See, so this is around, I would say this is around 30. So at 30, your luck will change, and also at 30 you will change field. Like you were in this field, but there will be a sudden change. Like there will be a change of the career. So that career change will be good, because what happens is that sometimes the line breaks. Like suppose this line is there is no continuing line. So that means that the person is confused, and he or she doesn't like their job. But when there's a new line starting, so that means that at this level, at 30, you will get a new job, and this job will be better. And if you're thinking of changing jobs, then this is the perfect time to do it. And it also shows kind of luck in 30s, a lot of luck in 30s. So your 30s will be very better than your 20s, especially financially speaking. And you will have a lot of change, like not only in job, maybe on your thinking of relationships, maybe family life, maybe a friend life, like what to say, your relationship with family and friends. Because when fate line changes, it impacts all the life, not only money. But when it breaks and new continues, that means that the new timing, the new line is better than the last one. So I will say that whatever change, like if at 30 you get a job opportunity and you're thinking of changing, so change your job, and you have more money and a new perspective on life. All right, but after I see also that if you see that your fate line, even though strong, it's getting a little faint. So this is around 36. So at 36, you will of course be earning money, but you will become non-materialistic. Maybe this is the time you settle down. Maybe this is the time you have children. So at this point of life, mid 30s, you will still be earning, but you will become less materialistic, because your fate line is faint. If you see the color, see this is faint, and if you see below, those are darker. So this means that at 36, your perspective on life will be non-materialistic. Before that, from 20s or maybe even childhood, you were thinking about money and everything. But at this time, you will be raising a family, you will have kids, you will be in love, you will marry. But at the same time, you will work, but your focus will be on raising the family more. So your perspective will change. So that's also a good sign, because that means that you're not taking time off, but you're trying to balance work and home life, and you will succeed, because the line is getting faint and it's not breaking. So just in mid 30s, your perspective on life will change and you will become non-materialistic. With that, there is also a very good single line here. So again, whenever I see a good single line, I always suggest the person to pursue one career in life. And even if they have a hobby, they shouldn't try to make it, like not pursue it as a job. So that's better. Also, I see a girdle of Venus. So this is a bit, hard to explain when girdle of Venus is a bit broken. So that makes the person a bit sensual and a bit, sexual and romantic. So it's not a bad thing because your heart line is straight. But if this heart line was, like suppose going here, so that means that you will be very emotional and stuff. But here it just shows that sometimes the angry moods take over, you become very aggressive. So, but again, this heart line saves it because it's very straight. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, because your heart line is straight, but it is far from the fingers. So whenever it is far from the fingers, that means that if you, if you get cross with someone, like they betray you, then you don't forgive them, or you don't talk to them for a long while. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it just shows that you're very, what do you say, very unforgiving when it comes to betrayal. So you won't forgive the person. But again, it's good for money because it is straight and it is ending under middle finger area. Okay. Again with this, I see that your mounts. Okay, so mounts are the areas. So these areas, when they develop, okay, so first of all, your Jupiter is developed. So whenever Jupiter is developed, the person will keep getting good opportunities in life. Along with this, the Buddha's eye. So Buddha's eye. So sometimes you have some, what do you say? When Buddha's eye is there, you sometimes have dreams, and in these dreams you see the future, or you have this deja vu experience. Oh, this happened before. So this is a good sign, and it also shows opportunities will always come to the life. Again, the best thing about your thumb is, because sometimes even if the thumb is good and the hand is bad, that is also good. So again, your hand is also good and your thumb is also good. Thumb is very long and very strong. So again, this kind of thumb, and it's like very straightforward, very not bending. So that means again that you're very firm in your decision. Once you make your decision, you don't change it. And again, there's stubbornness present, but stubbornness is good because it means success. All right. So again, Saturn is a bit depressed, which means that you had struggle at early life with money, but as you near your 40s, you get a lot of financial success. Okay, all right. As then we see that there's an attachment line here. So this is again around mid 30s, I would say 36. So at this time, you will probably marry someone, you will fall in love, and it's one line, so that's good because many lines show confusion. So at 36, you will find a partner and you will marry them. Okay, so again, your fate line goes like this, and it's joining the lifeline. So at maybe some part of your age, your parents had financial trouble, so you had to look after one of your parents. There was some burden on you. Maybe one of your parents was very ill. Maybe one of your parents passed away. Again, that's maybe not sure. But at this age, I see maybe 18, 17, or any young age. Your parents faced a lot of financial problem. So at this point of life, you were like when you were earning, you were sending it to parents, or you were raising your siblings and everything. But it shows that your early life was very restricted. There was lack of freedom. There was lack of financial freedom. But now, as you've moved abroad, you're getting more freedom because, as I said before, you have luck in outside countries because the lifeline is going outside. So I would just say, if you are thinking of again going abroad, then that's good. Your luck will improve in 30s, and at 40s you will be thinking about children and raising a family. If you want the exact date, then from 36 onwards, your perspective on life will change. Oh yeah, also one more thing. If you see that your first finger is very long, it is very high set and very long. So this shows a very dominating nature. Usually people with this type of finger, they sometimes quit jobs due to some argument with the boss or superiors because they don't like listening to orders. So it's not a bad thing, but I will suggest that if you have this problem, then at 36 or in your 40s, you should open a business and you should run it, or do something very independent like freelancing or something where there is no one over you, because this shows a tendency to dominate. So even if you have a partner, they will likely to be submissive to you. You will be making the decisions and everything. But if you have a partner who themselves have a very long index finger, then you won't get along. So you should look for a partner with the finger, this one finger should be longer than this, opposite of your case, because then opposites attract. That person won't be like what you say, have these qualities as you. Also, this long finger shows leadership qualities. So maybe you have not developed them yet, but I'm pretty sure if you start your own business, don't work under anyone. From 40s onwards, you can earn a lot of money. But the downside is that sometimes you can be egotistic and think like your decision is always the right one. So you should just lessen these tendencies, because your whole hand shows aggressiveness and stubbornness. So those are the bad traits, but again, if you use them wisely, they can be put to good use. So this was all. Again, suggest our reading service to family and friends, and if you have any follow-up questions, you can ask me. And I hope you like this reading, and I hope you have a very nice day.